Hi everyone, welcome to a first look at the N Scale BNSF JPT Sub, my N Scale layout project that I started early in 2019 and have been working on now for about 5 years. It's been a great time building this layout. It's seen a lot of changes and it's grown from what I originally envisioned. I think that's how most of us end up with our layouts, that way. And we'll just take a quick look around and give you guys an idea of what we have going on here. I'll start by saying that the two trains running right now is a Kato Big Boy with about 29 cars behind it. It's really kind of too big a train for the layout, but just keep adding cars to it and it just keeps pulling without acting like it has anything behind it. So it's been a great engine, and I've got quite a few hours on it now, and it runs great. Even though they're expensive, I highly recommend them. On the inside main is a regular merchandise freight being pulled by a pair of Kato SD70 Aces. Again, a pair of great locomotives. A mix of freight cars behind it. So things from just about every manufacturer between the two trains running on these two trains. The layout itself is now DCC, use a Digitrax system, and unless it came with a different decoder from the factory, they're Digitrax decoders in most everything. Do have some scale trains units. You can see right there in the foreground there's a nice BNSF scale trains unit that obviously has ESU in it and sound. It's one of my very few sound locomotives. I've not really embraced sound on this layout, and I'm not really sure that I will. I mean, it's neat, but really not my thing, I guess. So that becomes layout preference. So looking at it from this end of the layout, a couple of the scenes that are pretty visible here is this big open field here that should become a solar panel farm at some point. At least that's the plan. You can tell there's a cornfield, has a few sunflowers in it. That's Blueford Shops corn. Wish I had actually painted it better before I installed it, but all I did was paint the tassels and put it in. It looks fine, but could look better. Old school BLMA billboard there near the bridge. The bridge scene is it's neat, but it's really not what I envisioned, but for now it works. We can see over here, just behind the tree line there's a little construction site going on there with a future home of a Starbucks, probably. Who knows what they're going to build there. Then we're going to, as we come around, there's a propane dealer and some tracks there behind it for the propane tankers, and just a regular storage track right along the street of the city. Gas station, a lot of buildings back there, just normal city street with a lot of traffic. I think you might be able to catch, there's a couple of fire trucks there. One's an Athearn and one is a Showcase Miniatures. Kato 844 there as well. It's just a good place to park it. As we see the trains continuing to pass by us, we'll move down here, take a look. More buildings. Most of the buildings in my city are named after somebody that I know. Kind of my good friends all are represented in some way or another on this layout. So we see a high rail truck there. That was a River Point Station, now Atlas model. More traffic again in the background there. We also have a nice line of dumpsters for a nice recycle center there for drop off your recycle. This this road in the foreground here is going to get totally redone along with most of the roads on this layout, because I know one YouTuber in particular pointed out that he judges somebody's layout by their roads, and if you judge my layout by my roads, it's an automatic fail, because they're just kind of there to take up the space right now. And always the plan was to redo them and make them look better, but part of it was there's a lot of things on this layout that are there but meant to be redone later on, because it was more to get the layout up, running, and looking good, and then go back and build from there. So that's kind of the thing that's in progress here. Where this statue is here that's actually a statue of the Vulcan in Birmingham that I got when I was a kid and still have it around, and it just kind of looked good there on the layout. But I think I'm going to take that triangle section and redo the ground area and put in some sidewalks, park benches, and just make it a little park there between the rails. Neat place for people to watch trains, right? We see back here we have the Dairy Queen, sort of Tasty Freeze looking place. Not really a Dairy Queen, but similar type place. If you look real close, you'll notice Batman driving by in the background between the ice cream place and the church back there with the cemetery. Probably a lot of you guys have been in N Scale for a long time will notice a lot of these buildings on this layout are from really old kits. That's because they've been part of one layout or another for probably the past 30 to 40 years at least. Been around doing this a long time, I guess. Way too long maybe. So we come around here, we got a nice scene with trees, and you can see the big ADM ground elevator in the background, which from this side looks big, but from the other side is a lot more impressive. We'll see that as we move around. Another smaller Walther's grain elevator also in the foreground here. A neat place. Looking down this side of the layout, you kind of begin to get an impression of how big that grain elevator really is. It's one of those things that it's a nice focal point on the layout. It looks really good, I think. It could look better, and it still needs some detail work done to it. The staging, unfortunately, only has room for about 10 grain cars there. I would love to have more, but I just don't have the space for it. We have a bids track there with, you can see some trucks there unloading out of those cars, along with the cement plant, and plenty of 2-bay hoppers lined up for the cement plant there as well. A few trailers parked everywhere, and trying to add a lot of detail, but there's still so much more that can be added here. Details, it's like you never run out of details to add to things. And then right here, this big spot of white styrofoam. We had a creek that I had made with Woodland Scenic's Realistic Water. I did not read the directions, just to be clear about it, and used PVA to seal the bottom of the creek. Woodland Scenic's water does not like PVA, and it had bubbled, and over the years it never stopped bubbling. Just recently I finally got around to tearing it out, and I'm in the process of redoing it. So that's my main project going on for the layout in the next few weeks. And I'll probably post some more about that as it goes on. Coming around again, we see some more of the building detail. Not really a lot to talk about back here until we get around to the substation. That's an old Concord kit, had for a long time. I didn't really build it till a couple of years ago though, and kind of glad I did, because it turned out really nice. These trains pass here. One of my favorite things that just an in progress thing is a porta toilet company. So septic tank trucks, porta toilets, fun things that I don't have a 3D printer yet, but when I do get a 3D printer, one of the things I want to do is actually 3D print a bunch of porta toilets and make those look a lot nicer than the stand-ins that are made out of some balsa wood there. Also, it's probably hard to tell in this video, but these transmission towers do have easy line strung between them to show. So in person, you can see the, and it shows a little bit, I guess, here in the video, that you can see the transmission lines running across these towers. Easy line really was easy to use. You know, no affiliation there, just a product that I really liked. I went with the heaviest line that they happened to have at the time, and it's still, well, it's probably just right for N scale, and on these towers, it's really hard to see. But it's one of those details that just adds a lot to the layout itself. Another little neat detail, if you can see it back there, is there's a crossing coming into the parking lot for this chemical dealer on the layout, and found a nice notch figure that looked to be waving a crossing or flagging a crossing. So it fit perfect there, and you know, another one of those neat little details that I like. Here, here we can get a little bit better look at the chemical dealer. The truck and tank car loadout was something scratch built, and again, it's a stand-in. I feel like when I get a 3D printer, I can probably build something a lot cooler. I've seen some really neat stuff online for some other YouTube folks that just really inspired me to want to do that even better. One of my favorite just little scenes on the layout here is the farm. The classic Bachman farmhouse that I'm sure a lot of you guys know. Cows, a windmill, nice fencing too. That's it's brass fencing that I don't remember who made it, but it was a really cool little set of fencing that worked perfect for here. The Sea Rock City Barn, if you live in the Southeast or been through the Southeast, you've probably seen a Sea Rock City Barn roof out there, so it couldn't pass up having one of those on the layout here. That barn is actually, I want to say it was a hydrocal casting that I found at a train show. It was actually somebody selling war miniatures at the show, and that barn just fit perfect, so I had to pick it up. Matter of fact, the church we saw earlier was from the same vendor and made with the same materials. So pretty neat thing. We come around, we're back around almost to where we started here. There's a look down the highway, the billboard, BLMA, with my favorite billboard there, the Bowell Brothers Porta Toilets. Goes along with the Porta Toilet dealer, I guess you could say. And hope you enjoyed what you're seeing here. Watching the trains run while they go. Normally the big boy is pulling a UP excursion train, but I said I changed it out just because I wanted to see it run some 40-foot cars. It's the rule number one part of the layout, just run what you want. So, it's been a fun layout. I really am enjoying it. While there's not, I guess the main scenes are there, there's still a lot of changes to go, and as I improve my modeling skills, upgrade different items and things, I'll try and post more videos. You can also see that even though it looks really finished, there's still a lot to do. And I really appreciate you guys taking some time to watch the video, look around the layout with me. I hope you enjoyed what you see. Would love to hear your comments and feedback. Please be sure and leave the comments below. My favorite thing I hear all the YouTubers say, so I'm going to throw it in there. Be sure and click the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell notification icon so you know what's coming. I can't say that and not laugh. I don't know. Every time I hear it, I laugh. But just wanted to throw it out there. Thank you all for taking a few minutes to visit the JPT Sub. And hope you have a great day.